Bueno, hola por ahí, si hay alguien por el chat. En este último día del año, como siempre digo, parece que fue ayer, cuando empezó el 2018. Qué rápido pasa el tiempo. Y bueno, así continúo con The Book of the Unbraid Tales 2. A ver si consigo avanzar un poco más. Consigo terminarla antes de que termine la redundancia oficialmente las Navidades. Al menos antes de Reyes. Anda, mira qué bien. Hoy sí que me han puesto el selector de calidad en el canal. Después de una transmisión de 5 horas y otra de casi 4.
You stay here. Prepare the cannons and be ready to rescue me if necessary.
Give me the damned elf immediately!
There's no damned elf here. Get lost.
An unhealthy, artificial-looking, oversweet, fatty parody of a foodstuff. Wonderful.
Hey, what are you doing there?
I'm, admiring the fine delicacies.
Those aren't for you. They're for my guests. If you want to take part, I'm gonna have to make you pretty first.
No, that's all right. I'll keep my hands off your guests' food. It's a powerful kid's magic that can force grown men to sit at tiny tables and pretend they like tea. Fortunately, I'm immune. As unhealthy and delicious as it might look, I'm not going to risk being transformed for it. It looks like the old hag doesn't dare venture into the palace. Not a bad idea considering the toys the Red Pirates got in there. It looks like the old hag... That's wrong. Impressive, but wrong. That's some transformation. There must be powerful magic at work. That's the third biggest flower I've ever seen. The flower is too pretty and smells too good to just be left alone. Not much escaped the brat's magic. This hammer is one of the lucky few. Colorful cloths. They don't seem to fulfill any purpose, apart from being colorful. When Ivo told me about Seastone, I could hardly believe it. Even if the power of the brat's sorcerer grandpa is concentrated in the wand, where did he get all the power from? I'd better not speak to her. She could turn me into a small, hairy, pink critter in the blink of an eye. And who would want something like that hanging around? It looks like the lady doesn't dare venture. It looks like the old... Lady Van Buren, I assume.
Yes? Who are you? What do you want?
My name is Wayne Schlegel from the Seastone Life and Accident Insurance Company.
What do you want here?
There was an accident here. A pirate lost an eye. Now he has to wear a wooden leg. There was clearly a problem in processing the claim.
There's no one here anymore. Apart from that damned red pirate and the elf he's hiding.
Elf? What elf?
A thieving elf! She robbed me while I had to deal with the rest of her kind.
You've been to Elfborough? I heard it's supposed to be very pretty at this time of year.
We couldn't get in. Protective charms that not even my little darling could do anything about.
What a shame.
And then I go back home and find I've been robbed by that damned elf and her mob. They will suffer the consequences.
And you're sure the elf's here?
Of course. She flew here from Seastone on a magic hippogriff. We followed her trail to here, and there are no indications that the hippogriff has flown on.
You seem to have considerable magical power at your command, madam. Why don't you just magic the elf out of there?
If it were really so simple, do you really think I'd be wasting my precious time here? That red scoundrel threatened us! Us! He has a magic weapon in there! Ancient, divine magic, which even my Chantal can't do anything against.
Perhaps I could go in there and talk to the red pirate. I'm an insurance salesman. No one would dare do anything to an insurance salesman.
That's true. And every hour that I waste here prevents me from taking care of the transformation of the country. Go in. Convince that old scoundrel.
What you've done with this island is very impressive, Lady Van Buren. Just like in Seastone, you and your daughter are a real asset to this land.
Thank you very much. Politicians so seldom receive the thanks that's due to them. One works tirelessly for years on end for oneself and one's friends, and do the electorate thank you for it? No.
Sad. Very sad. Then I may take my leave, Lady Van Buren?
Yes, yes.
Stop! Stop right there!
Whoa, whoa, easy does it. Put that thing away.
Nate? Have you seen what they've done to my island?
Let me guess. You've redecorated, so the pirates that fled come back.
Oh, it was that little brat and her mother.
Ahora sí se
Turned up
escuchar.
here saying I should hand over the elf.
And you explained politely that the elf is no longer here and that unfortunately you can, as such, be of no help.
I kicked them out. Then they started transforming my island. They would have got me too if I didn't have the head.
I see you were at least able to rescue the statues.
Statues? They're my friends. Tell him. Friends? I brought them in here long before them witches came. A man shouldn't be alone. Isn't that right, Martha? Right.
Yeah. I've even heard of people who went mad because they had no one to talk to.
Can't happen to me. I've got friends, and things are on the up. Friends?
Van Buren's convinced that Ivo's still here. I'm supposed to persuade you to hand her over.
I'd do that at a drop of a hat. That elf is in league with dark forces. She was trying to drive me crazy. Do you hear what she said about the invisible force that determines what we do?
Van Buren isn't going to believe that Ivo's not here.
You've got to get that old bag off my island, Nate. You have to.
I'm here because I need the spirit compass.
What? Not because you missed my company?
And because I've missed your company, but mainly the compass. A friend of mine won't find their way out of the realm of the dead without it.
I don't care about that. It's my compass. Right, Pierre? Right. You see?
How about I get Van Buren off the island, and in return you lend me the compass? You'll get it back in one piece.
You get rid of them both, mother and daughter.
That's the deal.
William, what do you say?
It's stew today.
Ah, good old Bill. All you ever think of is food. All right, Nate. If you get those two monstrosities off my island, I'll lend you the compass for a day.
Deal.
Deal.
I've got to go.
See you later.
See you later.
The ape has got nothing to match the Van Buren's magic, but he could easily take me out if I try to steal the compass. The ape has got nothing to, but he could. Perhaps Old Red's friends can persuade him to give me the compass. I'd better not. Old Red would notice if I moved the statue. Those aren't really friends of the Red Pirate. If they were, they'd have drawn his attention to the fact that he's completely lost his mind. The Spirit Compass. It can show the Archmage the way out of the spirit world. I knew William. He doesn't talk as much now he's a statue, and he doesn't suffer from BO anymore. The poor bird looks quite stressed out. I would be too if I was the one-man entertainer for a lunatic with a Medusa head. I wonder.
You should give Nate the compass.
Huh? Nate, was that you?
No.
Liar. I mean, no liar.
I can see it's you, Nate. Imitating other people. You inflated barn cake.
Scandal.
The Medusa head is the only thing keeping Van Buren out. No one in their right mind picks a fight with old magic like that. Neither does Van Buren. Old Red isn't a fighter. Otherwise, he'd storm out with the head and transform the Van Burens before they get him. I guess he thinks the safest way for him is just to wait. Hello?
Aye? Have they gone?
I've got to go.
See you.
See you later.
Few books are consulted for words of wisdom as often as this one, but I think they rarely help. The bird doesn't sound anything like William, but if Old Red can accept that William is now a statue, he's hardly going to care about his new voice. I knew William. He doesn't talk as much now he's... Lady Van Buren,
Yes?
I've spoken to the Red Pirate. He says the elf fled before you even arrived.
Of course he says that. But he's hiding her.
I haven't seen her anywhere.
Then you haven't looked properly enough. I want that elf. Bring her to me.
Then I may take my leave, Lady Van Buren?
Yes, yes.
Just one more piece! Just one more little piece and you've done it!
Hey, Eyes.
Nate, nice to see you again.
Come on. Knowing you, you never lost sight of me.
Your life wasn't so boring over the past few years, I must admit. Good season.
I half expected to find you transformed into a huge ball of fluff with big goggle eyes.
The council leader and the charming Chantal are concentrating their attention on the palace. Fortunately.
I guess you also want her off the island as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. I like tragedies, but I've never wanted to be in one.
You know why I'm here?
Of course, Princess Ivo. Oh, look at her. Isn't it sad? An elf in the prime of her life, sleeping away her best years.
I'm going to prevent that from happening.
And I hope you're successful. This is more boring than watching the cricket.
Ivo's father said I can't rescue Ivo against her mother's will.
That would be a bad idea. Although I'd like to see what would happen if you tried.
So how can I convince Ivo's mother that she's not acting in her daughter's best interests?
Isn't she? The future's in constant flux. Even I can't see it clearly in my mirrors. A powerful priestess like her might be able to see more, but clearly she doesn't want to.
She thinks Ivo's thrown her life away, and she thinks it's impossible that she could be happy with a child, or with me.
A difficult task that you do. Come on, number 3! Run! Come on! Yes! Sundancer 1!
Ivo's pregnancy. Do you know who... you know...
Ivo said you weren't the father, but if not you, who?
I'm not the Oracle with 100 eyes. How should I know who it is?
Eyes that are blind if there's no reflective surface nearby. Ivo seemed very surprised by the news herself. She spoke of a curse that might have struck her.
A curse. Yeah, sure. Can I have that mirror?
Of course not!
I could always keep an eye on Ivo with it, and maybe it'll come in useful some other way.
It's already useful. It means I can see what happens next in the story. Anyway, I've never given any of my mirrors away. They are rare collector's items.
You collect mirrors? Rewind, delete, stupid question. This little mirror came from a tomb in Lorem Ipsum. Is it worth anything?
Is that... Oh. Do you know what you've got there?
I'll take that as a yes then.
That's the mirror. The first one. Thousands of years old. Just imagine all the things it's seen. All the classics you could watch in it.
Wanna swap? The mirror, the first one, thousands of years old, in mint condition, for the mirror connected to Ivo's room?
Yes, of course. Take it. Wow. Mirrors used to be so small.
I gotta go.
Yes, go. Henceforth.
Perhaps you could help me again?
Shush, this is a really good bit.
Perhaps you... Ivo is still asleep in her bed. Nothing is going to change if I don't come up with something. Violence is never the solution. In my experience, the absurd combination of bizarre objects is the solution. Always. Hello there.
What do you want? Go away!
I'm Nate. You're the Council Leader Van Buren's daughter, right?
Uh-huh. And you are not invited to my party.
Quite, pretty what you've done with the city.
I got it all out of my book. And Mommy says I've got a real artificial talent.
Artistic. Although, artificial works too. Wouldn't it be fun to move on and transform something else? Or to travel back to Seastone and have an afternoon nap?
Mommy's looking for the elf who stole things from us.
Yes, but aren't you the one in charge here? Just tell her you want to go somewhere else.
But I've got everything ready for my tea party, and the guests will arrive any minute.
But... a tea party, huh?
Exactly like in my book. I'm celebrating my birthday. I've got a table, tea, and lovely things to eat, and any minute now the guests will arrive. The Mad Hatter and the White Rabbit. And then I'll get presents.
And this Hatter and Rabbit? Will you make them appear by magic?
No, I can only change things. They will come here. I've done everything exactly the same as in my book, so they've gotta come. I always get very angry if I don't get exactly what I want.
Okay.
And they all have to bring me presents, and when the Hatter and the White Rabbit are there, then Mommy has to come over as well. Right, Mommy?
What, sweetie?
When the other guests have arrived, then you'll come over too and give me an unbirthday present, right?
Of course, my sweet. As soon as a Mad Hatter and a White Rabbit appear, then I'll give you the most super-duper present ever.
Ha! Did you hear that? The biggest, bestest present ever!
I'd love to be a guest at your tea party.
Ew, you can't come. You aren't a Mad Hatter, and you're not a White Rabbit either. And you're a boy, and ugly.
Now listen here.
I can make you pretty.
Thank you, but that's not necessary. Who is this Mad Hatter you're expecting?
He's a Hatter, and he's mad.
Uh-huh. And what is it that makes him a Hatter? And what makes him so mad?
He wears a top hat and a colorful neckerchief, and I'm not sure why he's mad, but he is.
I see.
Supongo que podré coger el sombrero de copa que hay ahí en el jardín.
A white rabbit at a tea party? Curious.
You think?
Yeah, and perhaps you should give him a watch if he doesn't turn up soon.
No, my guests have to give me a present.
I've got to go.
Yes, otherwise you'll scare my guests away.
A good captain always has... Cast off.
Sí, curiosamente ahora me deja cogerlo.
A green top hat. It should be useful. Green top hats always are. Cast off. hello. I'm the Hatter. The Mad Hatter.
Just like in my book! Are you really mad?
Sure, completely insane. I think you're a revolting child, and you have terrible taste.
You must be really mad if you're making fun of me. Have you got a present for me, too?
I hereby present you with the insight that life isn't about receiving presents.
Say what? That isn't a present, stupid. I want a real present.
Yes, but you see,
Whatever. My mommy's gonna give me a real big present.
yes, but
I want a present.
a present, of course. Hi.
Oh, Hatter!
I've got a great gadget for you. A magical communicator.
A what?
If you pull the string tight and someone speaks into the tin at one end, you can hear what he says at the other end.
That's completely lame. If you want something, then you could just scream loudly for it.
But it's not lame.
It is. And totally impractical with all those cables and all. Huh. Now it'll work without the stupid cable.
Even better.
Say what? That isn't a present. I want a real present. Something that I can hold.
And what kind of presents would you like?
Good ones. Anyone wishing to come to my birthday party must give me a good present.
And what is a good present?
I like sweet and fluffy animals. I like things for girls. And I like fairy tales.
If these things could transmit voices over large distances without the string, the possible uses would be tremendous. You could contact people you didn't know and pretend to be someone else. Or you could call them up during mealtime in order to sell them something.
Aye?
Our deal stand?
Aye. You chase those 2 horrors off my island.
That's what I wanted to hear. I've got to go.
See you later.
See you later. Give Nate the compass, bird brain.
Did you say that?
Huh? I'm over here.
Be careful what you say, William.
What? William's dead. I'm talking to you. What? I've had enough of you and this whole charade. Give Nate what he needs and let me go.
You ungrateful tit! I told you you're only to speak when I ask you something.
What? No one listens to you, fatty. What?
Fatty?
What?
I won't be insulted by a feathered mongrel. One more word.
And what, bird brain?
Oh, just you wait. No, come back. Come back. Who's gonna talk to me now?
Vale, y con esto que consigo.
I'd better not.
I
I've gotta go.
see.
I only have to get rid of the Van Burens, then I get the compass. Sounds simple. I think the parrot is happy not having to play the one-man entertainer in the madhouse anymore. Hey there, little fella. Come down here. Hey, you up there. Are you hungry? Gotcha!
El loro, pero tiene cara de pato, ¿no?
I'm lucky the bird is more of an accessory and isn't a fighter like the ape. Look, I've got a pretty bird.
Oh, that really is pretty.
Pretty squawk.
And he talks.
Ooh! Oh, that's such a lovely present. Please, Mr. Bird, do take a seat. And you may sit down over there, Mr. Hatter. Quickly!
At once, milady. I, just want to watch out for my friend, the white rabbit.
It's about time he arrived.
Conejo blanco. Queda disfrazando a lo mejor al bicho.
Bubble. Bubble. Mary. Looks like. Mary. Bubble.
The brat's keeping a watchful eye on the little snack for her guest. I won't get anywhere near it as long as she's here. As unhealthy and delicious as a... The brat... I won't get it. Ah, Randolph, my living skeleton hand. Critter and Randolph don't really get on, but all hands are needed on board a ship. All hands needed. Hey, Randolph, high five. That always works. Wasn't there a... Ah, there. The rabbit costume. I should be able to find something useful for dressing up here. White powder, for example. That would be quite funny, but this is not the right time. We haven't got a present for that brat yet. and I don't want to see Critter in drag for any longer than necessary. A skimpy rabbit costume. Nice. Most of the
Hay que ponerse en otro sitio.
That would be quite funny, but this is not the right time. We haven't got a present for that brat yet, and I don't want to see Critter in drag for any long.
Wait! Gráficas con la labor.
Right.
I've got to go.
See ya.
I'd better not speak to her. She could turn me into a small, hairy, pink critter in the... The lady wants Ivo, and she won't leave until she has her. The fewer times I address her empty-handed, the better. Hey, Critter.
Huh?
You take over for a bit. I've got some thinking to do.
Fazzole, Luca. Wait! Gráficas.
Thank you.
Sí, es verdad, ahora hacen muchas menos encuestas. Ahora sí hacen una hora a principios de año o algo así. Que si no...
We haven't got a present for that brat yet, and I don't want to see Critter in drag for any longer than necessary.
Tenemos un regalo. Pero que no se haya bugueado otra vez esto. Como sea, como me pasó con lo de la máquina esta de electricidad. Voy listo.
You still hungry?
Nah.
We should do something about that. Anything else? A perfume atomizer. Empty, unfortunately. An atomizer for perfume and eau de toilet. It didn't survive a day on board with Critter. Nah, nothing of use. Cast off. I have to convince her that she's not acting in Ivo's best interest. She doesn't want to damage her daughter or cause her unnecessary pain. We waited for ages until Ivo's mother finally left the palace. Then it was pool time. Critter and me cannonballed in from the balcony. Ivo was torn between outrage and laughter. I could atomize water, but that alone won't help me. Bob needs his sleep. I'm only supposed to disturb. A huge flower. It's giving off an absolutely disgustingly sweet smell. Cast off. That should work. All right, I've pressed the oil out of the flour. It's sticky and smells strong. I don't know if it's the best perfume ever, but as I made it, chances are it is.
Vale, supongo que esto valdrá como regalo. Es que este ya le había dicho uno.
A good captain always...
Ah, bueno, claro. Tendré que hacerle otro como el conejo blanco.
Cast off.
A ver, supongo que ahora sí me dejará disfrazar al bicho.
Hey, Critter.
Soda lupa? Look to neat.
I had to do that. Trust me. The Van Buren brat is expecting a Mad Hatter and a White Rabbit at her tea party.
Soda lupa?
I've got an idea. All you've got to do is play the White Rabbit.
Soda luca.
It worries me a little how easy it is to persuade you to do this kind of thing. All right. You're white, you've got a costume on, you've got a present. It's now or never. May I introduce you to the White Rabbit?
That doesn't look like a normal rabbit at all.
Yes, well, you know.
Gosh, it's a super rabbit.
Only the best for your party.
Have you got a present for me, little Snuffles?
Put it up.
Mr. Hoppy has brought you some wonderful perfume.
Perfume? Achoo!
Splendid, isn't it? All the ladies in Lorem Ipsum are wearing it this season.
But it's making my eyes water.
That's how it has to be. Don't you know the saying, one must suffer to be beautiful? You shouldn't really be wearing this kind of thing yet. It's only for the big girls.
Only for grown-ups?
Yes, little girls shouldn't wear perfume. Only women of the world.
I am a woman of the world.
That's what Mr. Hoppy thought too. But don't tell your mother about it.
Do take a seat, Mr. Hoppy. May I offer you some tea?
So, Mr. Hoppy and I are here. Wasn't your dear mother going to join us?
Uh-huh. Mommy, it's tea time! The Hatter and the Rabbit are here!
The what? It's lovely that you found someone to play with, but Mummy has to work.
You promised me the biggest and bestest present ever as soon as the Hatter and the Rabbit arrived!
But darling, those aren't...
I want my present now! Where is it?
But darling, we already talked about this. You mustn't get so overexcited and stop pointing that thing at me.
I want my present!
Of course. It's, in sea stone. You can choose something from the shop. I can't do anything here by the look of it.
Good news.
Have they gone?
Certainly. It was hard work, but worth it for a magic compass.
What magic compass?
The spirit compass you promised me.
I don't remember that. Do you, Pierre? Nah, Pierre doesn't either.
You said you'd lend me the spirit compass if I got rid of the Van Burens.
So what? Did you hear me say pirate's word of honor?
You... You didn't say pirate's word of honor.
Therefore, according to pirate law, no contract was entered into. You should have known that, Nate.
But I need the compass.
And I'm not going to hand it over that easily. You should have known that too. Out with him and bolt the door.
You're gonna regret this. What did you say, Pierre? Fat loony? I wouldn't dare say that. Mmm. Delicious. It's impossible to keep your hands off this kind of thing. I'm not proud. That thug bolted the gate after he threw me out. Just look at that. Thinks he's something special just because he beat up a fully grown man. No, I'm gonna be strong. For now. Some would say that's a feast for sore eyes. But in my experience, the mouth has the feast, not the eyes. There's a saying about people who bring knives to gunfights, and I don't even have a knife. There's a saying about people...
Nate! What's going on? Why did you take Ivo's mirror?
Let's give them a bit of privacy. What do you think?
Private what?
Perhaps you could help me again?
Shush!
Nate! ¿Escuchas? Con la labor.
En dos sitios a la vez.
Cast off. Right. Again. Ah. No, the hand and critter don't get on very well. It would only cause an argument. Right. Again.
Kutsure, Luca.
Ah. I won't set a foot in the room with those dung beetles scurrying around.
That strikes me as a very good idea.
Thanks to Critter, I can see enough. And what I can see, I don't like. I guess the pit used to be covered with thin wooden planks or the like. Mortimer, or Time, one of the two has exposed the pit. All right, Randolph. An honorable task awaits you. Pull the lever. All right, stay right there. We'll get you out of there afterwards. The door's opened a little, but the mechan... Is there any way to lure them off? Or chase them away? Are they scared of fire?
Those are elite beetles. We trained their great, 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 etc. fathers to attack intruders and kill them in the most painful way possible. Did you know that dung beetles are very strong? Each one of them can move a dung ball weighing up to 20 times their own weight. Fun fact.
There are some nasty-looking spikes waiting at the bottom of the pitfall, and some scarab beetles are scurrying around between them.
I would suggest that we don't fall into that pit, then.
Extra push. Bubble. Ocha.
Cast off! Bob said that only she can wake Ivo up, and no one can force her. After everything Ivo, better that we're not seen there without the Archmage. His human version, I mean.
Así que no sé qué hacer, la verdad.
Cast off! A quite fierce, grim-looking ape. Some happy children playing in a garden. Ivo's mother refuses to believe that Ivo's children could have a happy future, too. Who cares if the future queen has an illegitimate child? Well, apart from me. Some happy children... Ivo... Who cares if the well... Thousands of lives are taking place behind these mirrors. Tragedies, comedies, and quite a lot of everyday life. Perhaps you could... Some happy children playing in Ivo's... Who cares if... Well...
Esto de aquí no desaparece, o sea que a lo mejor tengo que hacer algo ahí. Poner el espejo y luego delante del espejo de los niños. Espejo delante de los niños.
Oh, right.
Hey, I was watching that!
It won't take long. Anyway, you owe me a favor for getting rid of the Van Burens.
All right then, but hurry up!
Vale, es decir, curiosamente lo sigo teniendo en el inventario.
The mirror shows me what the mirror from Ivo's room sees. Happy children playing in a beautiful garden.
Vamos a enseñarle esto.
Cast off. If this doesn't work, then I'm a goner. Don't hurt me! You have to see this.
You! You did this to my baby!
I didn't. And you should have a look at this. Your grandchild.
Stop making such a racket. Nora, keep those kids of yours in check.
Well...
You want to see into the future and find out what you've done to her? I'll show you.
Why don't you ask Granny whether she'll tell you a story? Don't call me Granny.
A story!
Do you really want to keep her imprisoned here so that she hates you for the rest of her life?
Granny tells the best stories.
All right then. What story do you want to hear?
No. I see I was wrong.
I made a decision for Ivo once because I thought it was the best for her. It broke my heart, and it was wrong. Only one person should make decisions on Ivo's life. Ivo. I'll wait outside.
What's happened? You stunned me!
Not quite so fast, darling.
How much time has passed?
A little. The human is still here. He's waiting outside.
Is Nate still here?
He convinced me to wake you up. Ivo, I didn't want this. One can be full of good intentions and still do the wrong thing.
And apologies will not make what's done undone.
No, they don't. But one can only try to do the right thing and hope to be forgiven. Ivo.
Farewell.
What's taking so long?
I fetched this.
Are you okay?
Yes, fine. Dad says I have you to thank for this?
I didn't want to just leave you lying there. And while I was at it, I discovered Lorem Ipsum.
Then you'll help me transform Alistair back?
What do you mean, help you? The critter and me did all the work while you were asleep.
Oh, you... Oh.
We'll bring Alistair back. That's all. It changes nothing, all right?
I don't want anything else. Now let's get out of here. Get some distance between me and my mother.
You heard, critter. Cast off. We got the spark of life from the woodland realm. I think it'll take some time until Ivo can forgive her mother, and she only knows the half of it. Cast off. Mary.
Captain Nate?
Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine we'd set sail with Critter and Ivo again.
Only little Wilbur is missing.
He's on a dangerous mission in the dark woods.
Aren't you worried?
Nah, little guy learned from the best. All right, let me know if there's a problem.
And then?
Impressive. Did you excavate all this?
We had some help.
Who?
He's waiting in the pyramid, the entrance of which me and Critter opened all on our own.
Put it up.
May I introduce you to, the mummy?
Oh, no, 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 no.
Mortimer?
Oh, I am not going to talk to you.
You know each other?
We know each other.
I don't know what it's doing here, but for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to ignore it.
You really do know each other.
What's wrong with her?
In former times, this pyramid was probably teeming with slaves. Today, even a pregnant princess has to open every door herself. A spark of life from my father. Ancient, powerful magic. The primordial mother used it to breathe life into all things. Surprising. Even the things made of wood are still preserved. Well, I guess the climate's warm and dry in here, but I would have expected that much more would have rotted away after all this time. Even my elf eyes aren't able to penetrate this darkness. I don't dare enter without light. A bronze chisel has been wedged under this piece of column, presumably to keep it in place.
Kutsure, Luca.
Hard shells, big pincers, dung beetles. Ugh, a lot of them. Hard shells, big... Thank you.
A good cap. Cast off. It's not safe for you on the island. Van Buren could return.
In that case, it won't be safe for you either.
Yes, but it's not just about yourself now.
Oh well, okay. Call if you need me.
I will. Perhaps you could help me again?
Shush! This is a really good bit.
Pues no tengo ni idea qué hacer aquí ahora.
The Mary is not a battleship. It's a cargo ship that's been converted into a pleasure steamer. Not for the first time either. The Mary is not a battleship. It's a cargo ship that's been converted into a pleasure steamer. She's still capable of defending herself when attacked, though. Elf ships are powered by the wind, and every now and then by magic when there isn't any. There's a huge selection of dressing up clothes in the wardrobe. I don't, however, think it's going to help. The Mary's watching. I suspect she still doesn't believe that I didn't betray Nate. Mary reminds me of my old governess. I never used to talk to her unless it was absolutely necessary. We elves don't use makeup, and if some of us weren't so self-conscious about our big ears, there wouldn't be any cosmetic mages either. I'm looking fatter and fatter by the hour. Make it stop. Here, take this.
Thank you. Are you still hungry?
Nah.
We should do something about that. Would you like some of these sweets? Whoa, Betty! Someone's got one hell of a sweet tooth. I haven't got any more.
Huh?
A ver, yo voy por más. No, pero no me deja coger más.
There's about 200 weights of these unhealthy treats waiting for you over there, in front of the palace.
Huh?
Yes, go, but make sure you don't eat them all at once. What have you done, little fella?
Nah.
You... the whole lot? How is that even... I mean, it's gotta have gone somewhere. That's the biggest, most formidable, and most glittery heap of dung I've ever seen. You want me to... That's... it's still warm. This hippogriff dung in my bag is some of the most repulsive and stinky stuff I've ever carried around. And that includes the night I carried Stinky Pete home from the tavern.
Vale, entonces a lo mejor puedo darle las boñigas a los escarabajos, digo yo.
A good captain always has the most... Cast off!
No, un momento, primero tengo que encender la luz.
Fazzura, Luca!
Bueno, este parque otra vez, a ver. Y el trozo de boñiga, vale.
Perhaps a little bit. Okay, they seem to really like it.
Abonar la bola de piedra con...
Delicious. At least I don't have to carry it around with me anymore. The dung beetles can smell the dung. They're very excited. They're running back and forth on the walls of the hole. They're looking for a way to get to the ball.
El tablón, a ver...
Run, my little workers! Go forth and get yourselves the mother of all dung balls! They're doing it. Together they're strong. However, not very clever. Let me guess. The Pharaoh's burial chamber is behind this door.
Yes, It is.
How do you open it?
You have to... Have you given it a good tug yet?
I guess you need to turn this disc to open the door. However, that's exactly what these two metal pins are preventing. I guess you need... However... Why not? All right then, what happens here? Thanks to Critter, I can see enough. And what I can see... a wheel in the wall. Judging by its position, I'd say it opens the grate next to it.
Quite right. We had blind slaves who cared for the basilisks. They were only allowed to open the enclosures when all others had left the room.
A grate, and some kind of enclosure behind it. But it doesn't look as if there's much danger lying in wait for me. There are only a couple of skeletons on the floor.
What has happened to the basilisks?
I'm no zoologist, but it might be problematic if you don't feed basilisks for a few thousand years.
But the scarabs survived.
Yeah, but that's because there's enough shit in this world. Something happened. And now it's been reversed again.
Nate doesn't like puzzles much. Too much thinking for him. But whatever this was here, he appears to have solved it.
I guess you need to turn this disc to open the door. One of the stone pins is out, just the second one to go.
Claro, la otra es la que está dentro. Pero claro, ¿cómo pasó esto?
Take this. Take this. Here, for you. No, Critter isn't much of a linguist. That would be quite funny.
Extra push. Granny. Ula. Extra push. Granny. Harshut Quella. Atablok. Atawi. Professore Luca.
Anda, ¿solamente puedo cogerlo este o qué?
At a time when most other humans were still living in mud huts, they were creating very delicate stonework here. Impressive. Of course, we elves were already living in multi-story houses, had 60-strong orchestras and comprehensive health cover. But for humans, not bad.
Harshut Quella.
A big stone board filled with loads of small stone boards. No idea what this is for. There are bones lying on the floor behind the bars. I'd say they were of medium-sized snakes or lizard-like creatures.
¿Puedo poner esto aquí o qué? Pues si puedo abrir esta puerta porque me hace falta la mano, ese esqueleto ahí en la palanca.
Some sort of lever. Looks like one can push it over to one side, perhaps to unlock something? Further devilry from the engineers of Lorem Ipsum. Further devilry from... Before the gnomes invented the steam engine, muscles and magic were the only forms of power available. This wheel must stem from then.
Facciamolo, Luca!
Cute.
Conspicuous looking holes in the wall. There's some kind of lever back there. It's probably important. Nice. Is this another sarcophagus or something?
No, that is a tool chest.
Quite a lot of work just for storing some tools, don't you think?
Lorem Ipsum was built with knowledge and these tools. We revere them.
Do you know how to open the chest?
You have to set the right code. It is yellow, red, red, blue, green.
You remember it?
Why wouldn't I?
Various hammers, a compass, a plumb line. Not very impressive. What's this?
That's just a standard time manipulator. You'd be better off taking the plumb line.
Time manipulator?
It stops time for a few seconds in a limited area. Very handy if you need to carry out work on fast-moving parts. But the plumb line will allow you to build things perfectly perpendicular to the ground. That's like magic.
I think I'll stick with the time manipulator thingy.
Supongo que podré utilizarlo aquí.
La ayuda poquete?
Nothing. That could work. I wonder whether I could just pluck the darn prickly things out of the air.
Only if you're not too bothered about the poison they've been dipped in.
Perhaps I can snake my way through. I could go here, then there. You'd have to be a contortionist to get through the balls without touching one. Here, take the time manipulator. But be careful, and don't point it at anyone. That's it.
Wow.
The burial chamber of Pharaoh Tut-Tut.
Yes, that's him. Did you ever see such an ugly fellow?
So that's probably the Book of the Dead.
Looks like it. Let's grab it and get out of here.
No.
Oh, sure, I am. Just wanted a peek.
I say, this is impressive. I don't remember us having anything like this. You built me, O venerable Tut-Tut.
Venerable Tut-Tut?
Yes,
You are Pharaoh Tut-Tut?
it would appear so. Hey, you! I say, help me get off this camel. King Tut is back.
Hooray!
In any case, I guess it's okay if we take the Book of the Dead now.
Where did you get that idea, mortal? I didn't get to be God King of the desert by giving my things away.
That much is clear.
A board with 5, 9, 16 marbles that form a kind of pyramid. No idea what that is. The murals seem to have something to do with this board with the marbles. Perhaps a kind of ritual. This tunnel is clearly much more recent than the rest. I guess this was Mortimer's way out of here once the stone ball blocked his way back. The murals seem to have something to do with this board with the marbles. Perhaps a kind of ritual. The murals, perhaps... The Pharaoh's golden sarcophagus must have been inside this stone one. Must have been a nasty shock for Mortimer to find it occupied. Just look at him. Just sitting there like a pharaoh. Either Tut used to be much bigger, or the statue wasn't built to scale. I wonder whether there's something he's trying to compensate for. The statue's watching us. I can feel it. It notices as soon as one of us gets close to the Book of the Dead. My ungrateful rucksack won't cough up the Book of the Dead just like that. And we better not get on the wrong side of his stony doppelganger. My ungrateful... Hi.
Greetings, my subject.
I'm quite sure you said something about the crazy Pharaoh Tut-Tut when we were outside the pyramid.
I'm sure I'd remember that.
When we were coming in, you called yourself ugly. And I would never doubt the word of the Pharaoh. You are crazy and ugly.
Where am I?
I'd never have thought there were golems back in your day.
Of course there were. I invented them. How could we possibly have erected the pyramids without giant living stone statues? With ropes, sledges, and a lot of muscle power?
Whenever I hear a golem story, it always ends in catastrophe.
Oh, shush. If you deploy them wisely and in moderation, then nothing bad will happen. Our flowering lordum ipsum out there is living proof of that.
The Book of the Dead. You've got it, I need it.
What exactly are you trying to tell me?
Don't you think you owe me something?
Owe you something?
You'd never have got in here without me. I opened the pyramid. I opened the gate to the burial chamber with my friends. I even carried you around on my back half the time.
Do we know each other?
What are these balls and the board all about?
This is the Nim game. My favorite. I'm unbeatable.
Really? How do you play?
Well, one has to... Yes, exactly. Each of us takes turns to remove any number of marbles from the board, but only marbles from one plane of the pyramid. And whoever takes the last marble loses. Do you want to play?
Right then. I'll start.
Well, I've won.
But only because you were lucky.
That's not luck. That is strategy. Superior intellectual stuff. You want to play again?
Right then. I'll start.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Well,
But only
that's not... You want to...
Right then. I'll start.
Are you sure?
Yes, you won.
Of course I have.
Hi.
Greeting.
About this...
Yeah.
Sure. Ivo, how about you have a little look around the place while the Pharaoh and I are busy with a game?
Good idea.
All right then. How do I start?
Not so long as Nate is playing. Players of the Nim game take turns to remove as many marbles from the board as they like, but only from one row. Whoever takes the last marble has lost. Impressive. Looks like many engineering secrets disappeared with Lorem Ipsum. Even today, only a few could construct such a statue. The statue guards the tomb's contents, obeying only the pharaoh. As soon as anyone gets close to the Book of the Dead, it watches you. Nate could possibly beat the pharaoh with the right strategy. But it is Nate, and he doesn't do strategy. Maybe we should cheat. Nate's keeping the pharaoh distracted. He's completely absorbed in the game. We can't get the Book of the Dead by force, but we do need it. Even for an experienced archaeologist and treasure hunter like MacGuffin, it would have been remarkable to find a living mummy. I can't blame Tut-Tut for going with him. It must have been lonely lying in the dark.
Are you sure?
Yes, you've won.
Of course I...
Hi.
Greetings.
About this...
Yeah.
Off we go.
Are you sure?
Yes, you've won.
Of course I have.
Hi.
Greet.
About this game.
Yes.
Right then.
Are you sure?
Yes, you've won.
Of course.
Hi.
Greet.
About this...
Yeah.
Right then.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Of course.
Hi.
Greeting.
About this.
Yeah.
Right then. I'll start.
Pero que este juego sirve para avanzar y no como el otro, el de los dados, que no servía para nada.
Are you sure?
Yes, you won. Hi.
Greet.
About this.
Yeah.
Right then.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Of course.
Hi.
Greet.
About this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Of course.
Hi.
Greet.
About this.
Yeah.
Right then.
Are you sure?
Yes, you won.
Of course.
Hi.
Greet.
About.
Yeah.
Off we go.
Well, I've won.
But only because you were lucky.
That's not luck. That is strategy. Superior intellect. You want...
Right then.
Well, I've won.
But only because you were lucky.
That's not luck. That is strategy. Superior intellectual stuff. You want to play again?
Right then. I'll start.
Joder, será posible.
Well, I've won.
But only because you were lucky.
That's not luck. That is strategy. You want to play?
Off we go. You start.
That is... No.
Come on, you have to take a marble.
But that would mean...
Espera, se supone que si quitabas una de en medio,
Yep, that's
no
exactly
podía
what it would
quitar.
mean.
But I never lose.
It certainly would be better that way. What would your people say if the godlike pharaoh were to lose against a mere mortal?
They must never find out.
You could bribe me with something.
Yes, or I could have you squashed by my golem.
A bribe? Excellent idea.
Aha! Of course. I just came up with that. What would you like?
The Book of the Dead?
It's yours. In exchange, you won't tell anyone that I watched the temple virgins when they were changing.
Agreed. The Book of the Dead. So what now?
Just missing the compass now.
To the Red Pirate. What could I, a lowly worm, possibly ask the God King of the Desert? Cast off. A quite fierce, grim-looking ape is preventing that. This thing weighs a ton. Wouldn't a pamphlet have been better? Not only is she blessed with an appetite, she's also got fantastic digestion. Not only is she... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
A ver si alguna cosa de estas me sirve. Vale, fácil.
Is this what you're looking for? I would think again if I were you. Think about it. How did I get the key, With magic. Look what magic can do. Do you want to be stuck in a pink tutu and forced to be Chantel's playmate? Run! I'll give you 10 seconds head start. The key to the Red Pirate's palace. It's me again.
Don't move. How did you get past the ape?
Maybe the invisible powers helped me.
Take that back.
Nice and easy now. I don't want any trouble, and you've still got the head. I just wanted to hang out with my old friends. Right, guys?
Okay, okay. They're all I've got left.
I gotta make him give me the compass, and quickly, and then get out of here. Old Red's a powder keg.
Did William just move?
Huh? Dunno. Did he?
Why shouldn't he? Living friends. Friends living. Friends move, right?
I gotta make him give me... Old Red's a powder...
He did move.
Who moved?
William. He wants to tell me something.
You mean that stone statue wants to tell you something? This could turn out badly for you.
Badly?
Yeah, you turned him into stone, right? Perhaps him and the others didn't really like that. And how are you going to protect yourself? They're stone already.
Oh, I won't let them out of my sight.
Don't blink. If I steal the compass, I'll have Old Red in his... It'd be better if he gave it to... Time to have some fun.
No, no! What do you want from me?
I think they want to give you another chance to become a decent and upstanding human being.
Oh, brilliant, Nate. How am I supposed to do that?
You could start by going to Pirate Bay and apologizing to the others.
What? Apologize to that ungrateful rabble.
And perhaps you could start by not calling them ungrateful rabble. Go! Before the statues change their minds! That worked better than I dared hope. The Spirit Compass. Now we've got the Book of the Dead, the Compass, and the Spark of Life. Everything we need to bring Alistair back. To the Oracle!
Gulasam, Erith, Barium, Eccentric.
Good. And now the spark of life.
It didn't work.
What happened?
Archmage Alistair!
Why am I a frog?
Yeah, why is he still a frog?
We've brought his spirit back into this world. Turning him human again was never part of the deal.
But
There is a simple way to change a frog back into a human being. It just needs to be kissed by a virgin princess.
But where are we going to find one of them?
Oh, thank you.
But I don't understand. Why is Ivo pregnant?
The artifact.
Huh?
The artifact of divine fate can fulfill any wish, and Ivo carried it for a long time. If one spends enough time in the presence of such a powerful magical object, then the magic can linger. It keeps working, even when the object itself isn't there anymore.
But I didn't wish for a child.
I'm not saying you did.
Well, yes,
You did this to me? You wanted to start a family with me.
Yes, but I didn't know. Ivo of the Woodland Realm, will you be my wife and spend the rest of your life with me?
Yes! Yes!
Congratulations to both of you.
Soon we'll be a real family. And we didn't even have to have that sex thing to do it.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Now, tell me, what has happened?
You were changed into a frog by the little Van Buren.
There was a golem and Monkus.
He tricked Wilbur, but you sorted out the golem in seconds, and Monkus wouldn't have been a problem for you either.
But then there was this incredible magical energy. It caught me completely by surprise.
That was the little brat. She'd got hold of Wilbur's wand, and because she's a descendant of the evil sorcerer that made the wand...
Wilbur's magic wand is the wand of... May the gods protect us.
She's transformed half of Seastone, and she's been here too. I've seen some wizardry in my life, but what this girl's been up to? Whoa, Nelly.
Where are Wilbur and Remy?
I'm so sorry, Archmage, but Remy is dead. He was killed by a ghost.
No, I can still feel him.
He died in Wilbur's arms, in the temple in which he found Wilbur's magic wand all those years ago.
Which temple is that?
I don't know exactly. Wilbur thought it was dedicated to some evil god. He called him the Nameless One.
The Nameless One.
So that's not very good.
Some sorcerers held rituals there and built a machine.
The wand. It went from the Van Burens to Wilbur via Remy, and then to the Van Buren girl. I should have examined it more closely.
Wilbur is doing what Remy asked him. He's searching for a book which details how Van Buren's wand can be destroyed.
That wasn't Remy, and the book doesn't tell us how to destroy the wand either. The Van Buren brothers were... We have to stop Munkus and his mad scheme at all costs!
Munkus? Aren't the Van Burens the real problem? They're transforming the whole world bit by bit.
A world which will perish if Munkus gets his hands on the book from the Dark Woods. Quick, hand me my magic wand.
Well, now, your magic wand...
You haven't brought it with you, have you?
It must still be in sea stone.
We have to retrieve it immediately. Without it, I can't channel my powers. I feel weaker than ever.
I'll fire up the Mary. Let's go. Hi, Critter. We've turned the Archmage back to normal, and you won't believe it, but Ivo and me...
You tricked me! Where is the elf?
Hey, careful with that thing.
What's going on here?
Alistair? This time there'll be no way back!
Ivo!
Come on, Alistair! Or are you going to carry on hiding behind your friends?
Nate!
Ivo, you have to go, now.
No, I have to help him.
Uha, gulohahu.
Mommy, I've made it ever so pretty in there.
Don't worry, my darling. The nice Archmage hasn't got a wand, and he is weak.
The wand has to be destroyed. It will lead to untold suffering.
It is the key to power. My power.
Chantal, if we don't destroy the wand, then terrible things will happen.
Don't listen to him.
But it's mine, and I'm not doing anything terrible.
That's right, my little snuggle bunny.
This is not about you and your little coup d'etat, Mrs. Van Buren. There are other powers at work here, sinister powers.
Which you, of course, will be able to prevent if we let you go, right?
You don't understand. We are talking about the end of the world.
You'd say anything to save your neck, Alistair.
Put that head away. It's dangerous. There is no known cure for being turned to stone.
That's why no one will dare question my bid for power. The most powerful wand in the world and a head that turns any being of flesh and blood to stone. We have both of Aventasia's most powerful weapons in our hands. No one will be able to stop us.
You're right. This has to end here.
You want to stop us? Shoot! We have won!
You have not won. I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
But this is all nonsense. If that's what happened, then I would be... No. What kind of a place do you think this is, Nate? Ah!
Let me go!
You can't help him now.
But we can't just leave him behind!
We have to stop Monkus. Using the temple will open a door to the Nameless One's dungeon dimension.
I couldn't give a shit about this Nameless One. I have to rescue my husband!
Ivo, he's out of our reach.
Is there no hope then?
Yes, there is. But if the wand does what it was created for, then it will mean the end of all hope. For Nate, for you, and for your child. If you want to rescue him, you have to go to Seastone.
What do I have to do?
I lied to Van Buren. I have no power anymore. It takes all my remaining strength to stay in the land of the living, but soon I will have to leave it. That is why it's up to all of you to stop Monkus. He must not be allowed to use the machine in the temple.
I will stop him.
Be careful. He is clever, powerful, and prepared to do anything. I will try to warn Wilbur in the Dark Woods. He's been conned and is playing right into the enemy's hands. I don't have much time left. Goodbye, Ivo.
But what shall I do? Oh. I will come back as quickly as I can, and we shall be reunited, my love. Right now, our hope is in Seastone and with Wilbur in the Dark Woods.
Are you sure, Wilbur?
Yes. Some villager will know where old Van Buren lived, and maybe even where we can find the book.
Shouldn't I come with you?
If your feet hurt as much as mine do, then I don't want to do that to you. I won't be gone long. Will you please look after Timmy?
Don't worry, he's sleeping. When you get back, there'll be hot sausages waiting for you.
I can hardly wait. Like a graveyard.
A ver, supongo yo que estaré ya en el capítulo 5. Bueno, seguiré un poco más, pero vamos, habrá que ir dejándolo ya pronto, ir preparando las cosas de la cena.
This is the only building in the village with a light on. Seems to be some kind of general store. The village looks pretty run down. Nothing but makeshift repairs everywhere, if any. It's hard to say how old the village is. Might have been here at the edge of the woods for hundreds of years. Fired bricks for building houses. Presumably there's a source of clay close by. The house of a craftsman, it would appear. Wooden boards, bricks, and over there a bit of thatch and a few roof tiles. The craftsman must have left the house years ago. He'd be a busy man in the village these days. There hasn't been a fire in that furnace for years. And considering how crooked it is, I should take care that it doesn't fall in on top of me. Graveyards are pretty scary even under normal circumstances. But this one, oh, it's extra spooky. I wonder why people in the far-flung villages can never put the gravestones and crosses in straight. Can't they use a square or level or, just their eyes? The church looks as if no one has been there in years. A ghost church. Not like a church for ghosts. A church for humans. Nothing to do with the spiritual world at all. You know. Just like all the buildings in the village. Deserted, spooky, and also somehow a little bit sad. Someone still seems to be living here, though. That bedsheet hasn't been hanging there for long. Someone still... Hello? Anyone home?
Go away! You're not having my head!
I don't want your head, I just want a bit of information.
Begone, headless horseman! You won't fool me!
Hey, there's a headless horseman out here!
Oh, yeah, as if you didn't know that. He's hunting me. He wants my head so he can put it on his own shoulders.
Are you sure it wants your head? Or just anyone's head? I mean, what do you think he'd do if he saw a gnome with a fine big head?
Just go away, you fiend!
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. I'm a gnome, live in Seastone. I just want to ask you a few questions.
Oh, yeah, of course. A gnome from Seastone walks into the dark woods on his own and just wants to ask a few questions. Oh, yeah.
I am not alone. I'm with a living skeleton, a zombie, a robot, and a talking rat. There's really no reason to be worried.
Enough! Begone, demon!
Can we talk inside? Then we wouldn't have to shout.
Oh, now I get it. You're the devil. You can't enter my shop without me inviting you. No, there you go.
I'm not the devil. Promise.
Yeah, the devil's second best trick is making you believe he's not the devil. Yes.
That's ridiculous. I'm going to open the door now. Hello?
Die, monster!
Hey, you could have hit me.
Don't move!
Aren't you supposed to say, don't move, first and then shoot?
Oh. No psychokinetic energy. You're not magic.
Thank you for reminding me.
Who are you? What do you want here?
Excuse me, your name is?
Whale. Tim Whale.
And you own the shop?
Oh, yes, sir, yes. And I'm the mayor of this beautiful village. And the priest, the fireman, the landlord, the coachman, and the smith. I also teach netball. Yes, I do.
Ooh, sounds like you're a busy man.
Has its perks. We usually reach a swift consensus in council meetings. Hey, maybe you'd like to move to Somberville. I can offer you the post of bailiff.
I'm not staying here for any longer than necessary.
It's the nameless terror lurking in the woods, right? I can't blame you, no.
As I said, my name is Weathervane, Wilbur Weathervane. I'm searching for information about a certain Van Buren. He must have lived there quite a while ago.
A sorcerer! Evil character. Oh, you shouldn't get involved with people like that.
He's not still alive, is he?
No, he's been dead for more than 30 years. I remember how the grown-ups marched up to the castle with pitchforks and torches. Really traditional-like. Well, in retrospect, if they hadn't killed him, we might not have been cursed.
Van Buren cursed you?
The whole village. Everyone knew he was doing unholy experiments in his castle, but in principle we got on all right with each other. I mean, we'd never have stormed his castle if the paladins and the mages hadn't spurred us on. They said it was our duty to help them against evil.
They must have been the same as those who were fighting the cult of the Nameless One.
Whoever they were, they disappeared once the sorcerer was dead and left us to deal with the curse on our own.
The curse makes people disappear.
Not exactly. This has always been a special place, you know? I mean, for example, it's always night here and the moon is always full. The woods and the mountains confuse the senses, things like that. You could say the people in this region are used to quite a lot. But after the sorcerer was killed, it was different.
The Headless Horseman?
Oh, not just him. Others too. Repulsive creatures. They come from the woods and hunt us. One after the other was snatched and dragged into the woods. I'm the only one left.
It's always night here in the village. That's just crazy.
And why is that crazy? In other places, it's always summer. Summer up north, there's an island where it always rains. Here, it's always night. Oh, some people come to the region especially, just like how others move to warmer climes. I mean, for example, a gentleman moved into the castle some years ago. A count, in fact. He doesn't seem to have a problem with it always being night and a full moon.
The castle up on the mountain over there. That's where the sorcerer lived.
Yeah, that's where he lived. And that's where he died.
Then that's where I have to go.
Good luck. You'll never find the way through the mountains.
Fancy showing me?
You mean leave my shop? While the Headless Horseman is out there waiting for me? Oh, never. I'm the very last one who still lives in this village. Oh, some fled, but most... Oh, when I die, the village dies. Yeah, and what would my forefathers say about that, eh?
As mayor, I'm sure you've a plan how to stop the Headless Horseman, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've sent a bounty hunter after him, yeah.
That could prove difficult to achieve, for several reasons.
Oh, maybe you want to try your luck.
No, I'm not a bounty hunter, and also I don't have the time. I've got to find a book so I can destroy a magic wand.
Oh, well, if that's more important than saving Somberville from extinction, then go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks for your help. We'll be leaving for the castle early tomorrow.
There is, of course, a problem.
What? Knowing when tomorrow is?
No. I'm talking more about the hidden ravines, razor-sharp rocks, wobbly cliff ledges, and secret paths. Easy. You can't reach the castle if you don't know the way.
Ah, I know how this works. I have to reach the castle on a matter of utmost urgency, and you're the only one that can help. And you just happen to have a problem with the Headless Horseman. But you know what? Not this time. Because if I let myself be distracted from my actual task, something bad will happen to one of my friends. I have a clear goal, and I grew up in the mountains. I'll find the way without any help. Good day. Good night. Now that I'm not a mage anymore, perhaps I should try to become a powerful warrior. I think I'd look quite good in some armor like that. I've never seen so many locks, chains, and magic spells on a single door. And the crossbow bolts indicate that a very, very nervous person lives here. I guess the barrel is full of some kind of acid or holy water, or something else that the mayor thinks will protect him from intruders. That must be from something like a wild boar sheep cow. Maybe Mr. Whale would be a bit less scared if he didn't surround himself with such creepy things. I'm sure that Mr. Mayor won't object to me borrowing one of these boats. Hey, let's face it, he does seem to be firing them all over the place. A crossbow is a devastatingly effective weapon. It least it is, if you manage to hit something.
Hey, I just sell the weapons. I don't know how to use them.
Statistically, if you have a crossbow in the house, you're more likely to shoot yourself than a burglar.
Well, statistics are made by people who don't live in a cursed village.
A crossbow is a devastatingly effective weapon. At least it is.
Hey!
I don't think the shop is doing well. Sure, a motley selection of armor, weaponry, food, and magic posters always tends to work. But if the shop is stuck out in the middle of nowhere and no one is sending heroes to the area, then who is going to buy all this stuff? The shelves seem... If I had more time, I'd love to rummage. I love this kind of stuff. I don't think the shop is doing well. Sure, a motley selection of armor, but if the shelves seem to be some kind of catch-all for things even the most optimistic shop owner couldn't hope to sell quickly. If I had more time, I'd love to... What's this here? Metal underwear?
That's a heavy warrior set, level 90.
Hey, what?
It's the same as the one next to it, but this one's for female warriors.
This one here, and that. And you want to tell me that these suits of armor are on a par with each other?
Yep. Heavy plate armor offers ideal protection from all kinds of weapons.
But it's covered in holes, completely see-through. One sword thrust through the torso and...
I've been selling armor for 20 years, and my father before me, and my grandfather before him. Are you trying to tell me you know more about heavy plate armor than I do?
No, of course not. Impressive armor. Only the shoulders appear a little impractical.
The shoulders give you armor plus 22 and agility plus 9.
Why would ridiculous shoulder plates improve agility? Wouldn't they actually restrict movement?
Well, that would be unfair. Warriors already have very low agility to start with, lower than rogues, for example.
Ah, but can't warriors also be rogues too? I mean, if a warrior, for instance, fights unfairly or cheats at dice.
A warrior who's also a rogue? Well, how's that supposed to work? How would I know if I'm allowed to sell him the plate armor or not? Rogues are only allowed to wear leather armor. And perhaps a coat of mail. Just like hunters. Yeah.
Ah, right, I get it. To prevent the armor from squeaking and frightening away animals. That is really the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The armor covers so little, let's be honest, just the bare necessities. Doesn't look comfortable, and a warrioress would freeze if she ever wore it to the Northlands. I'm sure it's just sales nonsense when they say this armor will make you into a more skillful or better fighter. What matters is who is in the armor. That over there, that's a magic circle on the ground, isn't it?
Do you know anything about dispelling ghosts?
A bit. Doesn't the ghost have to be in the magic circle, rather than the person who is trying to cast the spell on the ghost?
If you can trap ghosts in a thing like this, then surely you can lock them out too. The circle is my last line of defence in case the salt in front of the windows and doors doesn't stand firm. Yeah.
The beings from the woods, are they ghosts then?
Oh, well, there are all kinds of things living there. Why not ghosts too? Better safe than sorry.
I'm not sure this would really keep a ghost at bay.
Oh, so you're a ghost expert then, eh? Have you spent your entire life in a cursed village? The only one left after everyone else has long gone, have you? Even old Reverend Sidow, who apparently knew everything about evil. Have you?
Sorry? The fire gives out warmth and light. The people here in the dark woods must pay a fortune for wood. You can see that he's been living in fear for a long time. Poor guy. However, if he doesn't want to help me, I'm not going to try and convince him. I'm sure we'll find a way through the mountains, with or without him. I wonder why he just doesn't move away. What's keeping him here? I mean, even if the Headless Horseman doesn't get him, sooner or later he's going to die, and then the village is doomed, one way or another. I'm not sure what I should ask him just now. A standard crossbow bolt made of iron, about a human hand long and very heavy. I wouldn't like to be hit by something like that. Unfortunately, completely useless against werewolves. Only thing that works against them is silver. Whoa! Does the weather always change so fast here?
The Headless Horseman! He's coming!
That's what you thought when I stood outside the door.
Look here! Psychokinetic energy is almost off the scale!
I'm a qualified mage, but what exactly is that?
Skipped a few classes, did you? The PKE shows whether ghosts, demons, evil powers are nearby. It is the Headless Horseman, I guarantee it.
Then I must go to my friends immediately.
Stop! Did you hear what I said? There's a Headless Horseman out there.
And my friends.
Stop! Don't move, or I'll shoot.
How? There's no bolt in the crossbow. It's not loaded. Hello?
It's him.
Who's there? Nate! Put that thing away. What happened? Where are the others? I don't understand. A woodcutter cutting wood? A skeleton with a pickaxe? There was a knight with a sword? Okay, there was a knight and anything else? There was a disfigured squire, an Igor, maybe? A monster? There was a knight and a monster? A dragon? Or a lion?
A werewolf?
A knight and a werewolf? What do they do? What happened to the others? Oh, I get it. Gulliver has lost his head. Phew.
One of your friends was beheaded and you're relieved?
Well, better Gulliver than one of the others, don't you think?
What?
What's up with Timmy? There were dwarves in barrels swirling around on the river. Sounds like nonsense to me. Esther, your mother, she panicked and ran away? Where to? Did she have Timmy with her? Towards the woods? Esther ran into the woods.
What? Then she's lost?
No, she's not. Come on, Nate. We're going to go and see Gulliver. Then we'll find Timmy and your mother.
You can't go out there.
We'll let you know if we meet any Headless Horsemen. Ah!
Don't move.
Did someone call for a bounty hunter?
And just as our little friend was about to go out there, you came in.
All right. I'll go into the woods and polish off any headless horsemen, robber knights, and werewolves that cross my path.
There's a little rat and a zombie too.
No problem. If we can agree on a price, I'll take care of them too.
No! They're our friends. Do not kill the zombie and the rat.
That's fine too. I'll just keep an eye out for them, free of charge.
How are you going to do that? What's your plan?
Seek and destroy.
I only see two problems there then. First, the seeking, and second, the destroying.
He's right. The woods confuse the senses. They are devious and evil. The source of the evil is in the heart of the wood. There's a clearing there with an old tree in the middle. Under the tree is a cave. That's where they live. All of those who have brought so much suffering to our village.
Not for much longer.
Who are you? And, how exactly do you propose to stop the Headless Horseman, the Knight, and the Werewolf?
I am the solution. I have means and ways of breaking anyone.
Even if weapons prove useless. Could be a ghost.
As long as the payment's right, I'll get the job done.
The payment will be princely. I'm the richest man in the village.
I should come with you. Our chances of success are better with two of us out there.
The last time I worked in a team, I got a wooden plank to the head.
Then you had the wrong partners. I had great partners. Ivo, Captain...
I work alone. Have the gold ready. It won't take long.
Oh, very self-confident. Like all the others.
The others?
Do you think he's the first one to try to solve the mystery of the evil in the woods? Oh, I've stopped counting. Some may have found it, but none of them returned.
Come on, Nate. We shouldn't rely on the bounty hunter to find our friends. Back to camp. Be careful.
Take it easy, Buddy. I'm here. Be good and sit down by the fire. By the fire, not in the fire.
What happened? Nate said something about a knight and a werewolf.
It was terrible. I'd nodded off and suddenly I heard my cream bun scream. I jumped up, ready to protect her. Then there was a flash of lightning which illuminated the gleaming figure of a knight, a paladin to be precise.
And then?
My honey blossom was out of her mind with fear. She ran into the woods, away from the paladin. I was going to run after her, but when the lightning struck again, there was a werewolf standing there. Nate screamed, Esther screamed. I tripped and lost my head. I called to Nate to run and get help from the village. The werewolf came towards me and I was certain I was done for. My body tried to defend me, but he had orientation problems. But then the lightning struck again, very close by. The wolf was startled and ran after the others into the woods.
They're fine. I mean, nothing must be allowed to happen to them.
They went into the woods unhurt, but those creatures were hot on their heels.
I couldn't take it if Timmy... They're fine. We just need to get them back first. The mayor talked about the heart of the wood. He's pretty certain that's the source of the evil.
But why do you think Esther and Timmy have ended up there, of all places?
I don't know. Just a feeling. People have been disappearing here for centuries. I think they were lured into the woods, or, like Esther, driven. If we want to get them both back, we'll have to uncover the secret of the wood. The Sorcerer Van Buren spent his last years in that castle. Pretty sure the book we're looking for will be somewhere there.
I'm not interested in the book. I want my sweetie pie back.
If we defeat the evil in the woods, we'll get Esther back, and the mayor will show us a safe way through the mountains.
Well then, let's go.
Right, I'm going to go and look for the two of them. You hold the fort here.
I'm not staying here. I'm going to help.
That's exactly what you are doing by letting Nate repair you and being my advisor. And maybe you two could make things to help me along the way. You're both much more skilled than I am.
But my wife is out there.
And your son is here. Do you want to leave him here alone? Or take him out into the evil woods?
But... all right. Bring back my cherry blossom and just say the word and I'll be at your side.
I know. I'd better start by searching for clues and information. I need to know what I'm dealing with. A bit of fur. Could belong to the werewolf. He ran towards the woods and got a bit too close to these thorns. Footprints. I'm no expert, but I'd say that these are Esther's footprints. They lead towards the woods, which would tally with what Gulliver said. Traces of both the werewolf and of Esther, but none of the paladin. We found everything just the way it is. A few stones laid out in a circle on a sandy area, no trees close by. A perfectly built campfire pit. Then again, what does it say about a village when travellers would rather stay outside the village than rent a room there?
Bueno, lo dicho, voy a aprovechar ya y voy a cortar por aquí. No creo que falte mucho para terminar. A ver si consigo terminarlo mañana. Y nada, si hay alguien por ahí por el chat, lo dicho, nos vemos mañana por aquí. Y que tengáis buena entrada de año. Faltan ahí unas pocas horas solo. Ah, vale, por ahí veo a Slither. Bueno, luego me paso por Discord. Bueno, estoy en Discord, o sea que estoy en otro canal. Pues venga, gente. Nos vemos.